How is it that the same people you grew up with, the same household, the same home, you grew up with these people for years, only to grow up, become adults, and never speak to them again? Am I the only one? Let me know in the comments. They could have been, it could have been cousins, it could have been brother, it could have been sister, mom, dad, uncle. It don't matter. Grew up in these houses for 20 years, only to grow up and realize, damn, I'm part of a toxic ass family. And the only reason I come around is because we share all the drama, all the toxic ass energy with each other. How many people are just like that? Let me know in the comments. It's funny because we shared a house, but we didn't share a healthy home. We all grew up in the same house, but the home wasn't healthy. And it's strange because we grew up together, but survival took place of all the connection we had. As we grew into adults, survival took over because we grew up trying to survive. We got older trying to survive, and trying to survive in the world today is like, oh my gosh, good fucking luck. You wasn't bonding. You know, a lot of times you think you grew up in a household, you grew up, took pictures together, y'all laughing, y'all went to little certain, you know, things together, but it's like you wasn't bonding, bro. You was just trying to laugh through all the same chaos, get through all the same type of shit together. Now, at the time, yeah, you probably felt like, you know, remember that time we did this or remember that time we did that, but I still to this day have family who call talking about survival shit that's funny now looking back at it, but I don't want to share that goddamn trauma anymore. I'll let it go. You don't gotta call me talking about, oh man, remember the time such and such did this. And yeah, sure, it's funny that we could look back at it and laugh, but that's not something that I want to share a bondage with you with for. And that's how a lot of connections are still together, because y'all share that goddamn trauma. Remember mama did this, remember daddy did this, such and such. And it's traumatic. It's never anything good. I wish I had them stories of going to Six Flags or going to Disneyland and we did this. It's never any of that. It's always bad shit. And that's what y'all share, and that's what keep y'all together. So as I got older, I realized that silence is my best friend. And silence becomes protection, not distance. Yeah, I have to distance myself, but for me it's protection, because I don't stop talking to someone because I stopped caring. The reason I stopped talking to someone is because peace finally feels better than just walking on eggshells. You know what I'm talking about? Where you got certain family members who only talk about negative and toxic shit, and because you feel, you know, enslaved or feel like you have this bondage with this person, you have to pick up the phone, you have to answer the phone call, or if they come knocking on your door, you gotta answer it. Not me, I would never in my fucking life do that. But you have people like that. And so at the end of the day, it's like, you have to mourn people who are still alive. I know I did. There's a lot of people who are still in my life today, but you gotta let them go. You gotta bury them. You gotta, you know, mourn a funeral in your head. That toxic ass auntie, let her go. That toxic uncle, let him go. The grandma, let him go. And at the end of the day, I just feel like it's one of them things where it's like, it's strange because you have grief for this person, but it's like you're really missing a version of family who you wish you had. You're not missing the actual person. You are missing the version of the family who you thought you had. Not the one you actually grew up with. And that's how grief works. Just mourn them, let them go, and keep it moving. And all these excuses that these family members keep throwing on you, you know, because it is, because you got to let it go, man. You realize that love doesn't excuse damage. A lot of these family members have put a lot of damage on your, you know, emotions, physical, who knows? They put a lot of damage. They caused a lot of damage. And for me, it took growing up for me to realize that family isn't always safe. Growing up, you learn that family is safe. You go to family when it needs. But sadly, family's gonna be the ones who gonna do you dirtiest. They know you. They know everything about you. And it's like sometimes breaking a cycle means breaking contact. You have to break contact. You don't have to stay in contact with these people. It took me a while to realize that, but I love my peace so much better than drama and negative ass stories about such and such and who did this. And I don't care about none of that shit. How is that helping me? How is that helping you? And at the end of the day, I just feel like a lot of family, especially the family you grew up with, that is what they live in. They live in that toxic ass energy. They love it. This is why they watch the shit they watch and take in the stuff that they take in. These social media apps, if you don't believe me, go on Facebook. And you see the type of shit they be sharing. I got family members who's 40 who still sharing shit from, high school kids fighting and girls twerking and just negative ass Jerry Springer episodes. And like, bro, what are you doing, nigga? Like, you 40. You should be trying to better your life. But so many people just, they take in negative energy and then they looking for a better outcome. You can't take in negativity and produce fucking positivity. Like, it ain't gonna happen, or you're not gonna receive any positivity coming your way. You taking in too much negativity. You put on a lens of negativity, so that's all you're going to see. And it's just sad, because how are you growing older and you still taking in and sharing and the same type of shit, the same negative bullshit, just negative. You gotta break contact with those type of family members. And it's a lot, and it's keeping you stuck. And it's keeping you stuck, but a lot of people feel guilty and, oh, that's family. I grew up with them. We grew up in the same home. We struggled together. Fuck all of that. You struggled together. You don't have to continue to struggle. That used to be me. I used to feel like, man, we went through such and such. We went through so much together, and I have to keep this person close. No, the fuck I don't. No, I don't, because I got to a point where it's like, I don't want to struggle anymore. I don't want to, live in this negative ass environment. I just don't. And then especially when you conscious of it, like, when you know some shit's going down, or something about to happen, or the vibe off, that's the worst type of shit too. So I can't be the only one. Let me know in the comments. Am I the only one who grew up in a home full of people? I mean, we had maybe 10 kids in the home, cousins, brother, sister, grew up, we don't even talk to each other at all. None of us. And I get it. Everything changed. People change. But at the end of the day, it's funny how that shit works. Strange, very. Let me know in the comments if you can relate. Send this video to somebody who could use it. Like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Deuces.